Ba weeb grana weeb ninny bang YouTube, RedWhiteandBluestreak here, and today we're talking SH Figuarts Sakura Haruno, Inheritor of Tsunade's Indomitable Will. About... Did you just enter? Sakura here is another figure from the new and improved SH Figuarts Naruto line by Bandai Namco and Tamashii Nations, of which there actually isn't a 1.0 Sakura for me to compare her to, so here, take a look at the anime Heroes one instead. It's not too bad by comparison, but I mean, you know, it's still an improvement. So for those who don't know who Team 7's #1 and only Kunoichi is, Sakura Haruno is one of the main characters from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. This Uchiha-obsessed Kunoichi is not only headstrong, but physically strong thanks to rigorous training under the tutelage of Lady Tsunade, 5th Hokage of the village hidden in the leaves, and one of the legendary Sannin, a trio of unbelievably strong ninjas. At least until the introduction of Pain, Tobi, Madara, Kaguya, and Team 7 at the end of the 4th Great Ninja War. But still, the point is, Sakura, as well as Naruto and Sasuke, have some pretty impressive mentors. Thus the name of this figure that's plastered on the front of the packaging. Speaking of the packaging, once again we see the return of the calligraphy style for Sakura's packaging with a beautiful pink gradient like her other squad mates with their respective gradients. Something that's interesting is that unlike the other two members of Team 7, Sakura has a significantly smaller box, which I guess makes sense since she doesn't have Naruto's folded arms or Sasuke's sword, and to be honest, it does look nice with the slimmer form factor here, but they still ask for a similar price as Sasuke despite the smaller amount of accessories as well as the smaller packaging, which, not gonna lie, might make me a bit more critical of this figure. I mean, I'm spending $60 for this figure while I'm spending $35 for the Naruto figure that came with a lot more. We start off on a high note once we get her out of the packaging though, since this figure, like Naruto, looks like she hopped right out of the anime. The sculpt work combined with the amazing paint job make for a wonderfully perfect combination. Yeah, the backs of the shoulders are a bit unsightly, as others have mentioned in their own reviews, but to be honest, it's really not that big of a deal to me. With her shoulders being smaller than both Naruto and Sasuke's, despite the insane amount of strength she displays, seriously, the Naruto character should be ripped, especially Guy and Lee. Sorry, what I was saying was, with her shoulders being smaller than her squad mates, I wonder if trying to conceal the joint there would result in a structurally unsound shoulder. With that in mind, I honestly think we got the lesser of two evils here. Plus, besides that, everything else on this figure looks fantastic. The proportions, as always, are just right, the painting and sculpting, as I mentioned before, are amazing, and the face, or rather faces she comes with, are fantastic. For the most part, anyways. Out of the box, Sakura comes with this neutral face? I'm honestly not sure if that's what this face is supposed to be. As other reviewers have pointed out, the packaging for this figure features a calm smile that Sakura wears a lot of the time in the series, and that face looks great! But if that's what this face on the figure is meant to represent, they unfortunately dropped the ball on this one. But if this is meant to be a neutral face, it looks great. But in that case, they should have removed the calm smile from the rest of the packaging and promotional images. Maybe they could include a redo of that face with a future Part 1 Sakura figure? Okay, you know what, can I go on this tangent real quick? Because I really need to go on this tangent. Okay, cool, thanks. Honestly, I feel like it's only a matter of time before we get that figure. We have Part 1 Naruto and Sasuke, Kakashi, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru can be used interchangeably, so all we need is Sakura. The question is, will they go with the long hair, the short hair, or both? Anyways, outside of the face of questionable expression, we have a stern, focused face, a yelling face, an open-mouthed smile face, and this amazing comical rage face that pairs perfectly with Naruto's face. A fantastic way to pay homage to the first episode of Shippuden. As far as the faces go, I kind of wish we got at least one face with Sakura using Tsunade's ability, but I also realized it wasn't until the 4th Great Ninja War which had her in an entirely different outfit, so maybe we can get that as a future figure. When it comes to Sakura's pain makers, we have the closed fist out of the box, accompanied by a pair of open hands, a pair of relaxed hands, a chakra punch effect piece, and a clasping hand meant to be used with her to create a specific pose with her fists. I suppose this would be a good time to get into articulation, but I want to make a really quick note here. I kind of wish, especially for the price point, that we got a bit more in terms of accessories, like a kunai and a hand to hold it, or perhaps As ridiculous as it sounds, an inner Sakura standee to use with the figure. It just would have made for a nice set of accessories and would have made the figure feel just a tad bit more worth it in my opinion. Anyways, articulation, right? There's a ball joint at the head with the full range of motion. She can look up that far and down that far. There's even room for tilting on those joints. Arm can move out all the way and can rotate all the way around. There's a butterfly joint, a rotation at the bicep, a nice bend at the elbow, a rotation at the wrist, and a tilt there as well. Limited waist rotation with an arch and an ab crunch. Legs can split out all the way. She can kick forward really far and back quite a bit as well. Rotation at the thigh, a nice deep bend at the knee, rotation at the ankle, foot can tilt up and a little bit down, hinge at the toe, and of course a pivot. Once again, Tamashii Nations impresses me with this figure's articulation. It's perfect for recreating just about any pose from the show and creating poses of your own to display the figure in, especially with the other members of Team 7. All in all, I really love this figure. The price of admission is a bit steep for what you get, I'll admit, but I can't deny that it kind of feels oddly worth it when you have her with the rest of the team. But maybe that is a bit of a detriment, because I'll also admit that if I only had her by herself, I'd be a little bit sore about how much I paid just to have the one figure. 3.9 out of 5 is going to be my final rating for this figure. This is an amazing Sakura figure. Don't get me wrong, and if you're a Sakura fan or a Team 7 fan, then I definitely recommend this, but I don't think you'll be satisfied unless you get the rest of Team 7. With Sasuke and especially Naruto, those figures hold up fine on their own, and I could be content just simply having one or the other. But Sakura is one I only feel content having alongside her squad mates, mainly because of the price, and that's not even mentioning the unsightly shoulders because I personally don't really see those as too much of a problem. If you can get her a little bit cheaper, maybe around this holiday season, then yeah, go for it. But if not, just know what you're getting and see if you'd be content at all with just her if for some reason you can't get the others, or if you have no intention of getting the others. And if you're watching this when she's no longer in production and you still want this figure, Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed.